Ladies and gentlemen, most of the East Coast, we are dealing with smoky skies once again. And New York is no exception. They're going through it. Well, to add insult to injury, New York City is swarmed by aphids. So there's a swarm of gnat like insects spotted over New York City. New York City seemed to have been taken over by a swarm of aphids. And people leaving and walking the streets are completely puzzled by seeing so many insects in the sky and just swarming all over the place. New Yorkers have taken to Twitter to document the mob of insects buzzing through the airs in the subway stations, plazas, bike paths. They are spotted all around Manhattan and Brooklyn. These swarms of bugs are taking over the city. They are in the subway platforms too. The city just keeps getting worse. Yes. What's next? One New Yorker tweeted with a video depicting the horrid. Mm-mm-mm. So, some folks report the bugs are white like, and others say they are green. The gnat like insects aren't actually gnats. This is according to the American Museum of Natural History. They are known as aphids, and I've seen them before. I think we've all seen them. It's a very common bug, and there appears to be two species flying around New York right now. So they're right when they say some of them are white and some are green, because the swarm is a mixture of two different species of aphids. So, ladies and gentlemen, they may be native species that were introduced years ago. Every species goes through a population cycle over the years, and this might be a boom year for them since it was such a mild spring, and then the rain, and there's been lots of humidity. So I guess it's the perfect environment for them to explode in. So the aphids, they generally feed on the fluids of plants, such as tree leaves, and they excrete little droplets of sugary excretions. And usually ants and other insects are attracted to it. Given their numbers, these aphids probably feed on trees along sidewalks in, central prospects and other parks. People, I guess it is a nightmare because people are talking about the swarms on top of the Canadian fire smoke that's blanketing the city once again. And it is, when I woke up this morning, I looked out, it was hazy. So, and I was looking at pictures in Washington, D.C., it's all smoky and hazy there too. So we're going through it again unless something changes where we get some kind of rain shower or the wind just happens to change direction. Look like we're going to be in this smoke. All right. So, any plausible connection between the aphids and the wildfire smoke? Some people are wondering if there's a connection. For some, wondering how long the swarms of aphids will be around in New York City. A lot depends on the weather and the temperature and how mild and humid it is, and also if it's going to be a lot of rainfall. Okay, because if it is like that, they will ultimately survive longer in that kind of climate. So it could be a few days, a few weeks, or even longer. These swarms will be around. I know that's the last thing people want to hear, right? I sure wouldn't want to hear, but they're warning the people of New York. There's no real health concerns from these particular insects. They're really just going to be a nuisance because they'll end all, getting your hair, getting your clothes and stuff like that. And, I would strongly advise you to buy food out in the open. Be careful. Make sure if you are walking with food, it's completely covered. You don't want to get home and you got a burger with aphids on there. I don't know how tasty that's going to be. That sounds disgusting, don't it? All right. So, everybody, especially if you're in the Midwest and East Coast, yesterday we were code red. Today, where we are in my area, we're code orange. And of course, that can change because they're telling us some days the smoke can be heavier than other days. But right now, I'm indoors, and y'all, if you got an air purifier, turn that baby on. If you got an air conditioner, turn that on because that's going to help dissipate anything that comes into the house. Other than that, y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.